Hi, my name is Ashley Keats, and today I will be book talking about The Vanishing Half by Brit, Bennett. This is a historical novel set in the 50s to 90s that tells the story of the fictional Vanez family and their complicated relationship with race. Getting into it, the main characters. Firstly, we have the parents, Leon and Adele Vanez. Their stories set the tone for their children's lives. Speaking of their children, they had a set of twins, Desiree and Stella Vanez. They are physically identical with polar opposite personalities. Stella married Blake Sanders and had Kennedy, while Desiree married Sam Winston and had Jude. These cousins grew up completely unaware of one another, not even knowing their mothers had a twin. But what happens? The book is separated into 6 parts. From the 1950s to the 1990s, each part focuses on the twins or their children. Essentially, Desiree returns to her childhood home, Mallard, Louisiana, after 14 years with her young child Jude. On the other hand, Stella lives out her life as fully white in a gentrified neighborhood of Louisiana, raising her daughter, Kennedy. Eventually, Jude and Kennedy meet and learn about the other sides of their family, but some questions remain. What of the family's past? What happened that made this family disconnect? And why is Stella so hesitant to return to Mallard? But why should you read it? This book addresses many different struggles and situations that come with being a white passing black woman in America. Although the book is fiction, it relates to a time where people had to act differently than who they are in order to survive within society. We also see the romantic struggles that people have gone through when race is the first thing people look at. But if all that doesn't float your boat, you can simply read it for the romance and familial conflict. Overall, I'd give it a 9.25 out of 10. The book was a comfortably easy read while addressing many strenuous real-life issues. The Vanishing Half in Sociology. This book addresses many aspects of being a black woman in mid to late 1900s American society. Topics such as whitewashing, white passing, gentrification, transphobia, racism, so on and so forth are all huge aspects that this book seeks to address, understand, and dismantle. One very important portion of the book is when we see Stella in her fight with internalized racism. She decides to leave her twin and raise a child in an all-white gentrified neighborhood of Louisiana, reinventing herself for what she thought was a better way to live. The Vanishing Half in the Black Family. We can also see Stella and Beneath the Younger from the play A Raisin in the Sun that we analyzed in class. Both characters are well-educated black women in 1950s America who go through life searching for their identity. From Act 1 of the play, Beneath's love interest, Mr. Asagai, mentions the first time they met. Quote, "You came up to me and you said, 'Mr. Asagai, I want very much to talk with you about Africa. You see, Mr. Asagai, I'm looking for my identity.'" On the other hand, not every experience is the same because while Stella tries to find her identity by assimilating with white people, Benitha attempts to reconnect with her African heritage in order to identify herself. Lastly, these are my 2 favorite quotes from the book. On page 261, Stella is reflecting on the start of her relationship with her husband, Blake. Quote, "She couldn't have said no to him, she'd since realized, but she didn't want to. And maybe that was the difference. Or maybe the difference was in thinking that there was one at all." I love this quote because it addresses issues of consent, especially during a time that did not prioritize women's choices or health. It begs the question on how men view women and who is to blame. Is it a personal problem or a social issue? Secondly, on page 336, Kennedy is describing how difficult it is to be herself, especially when she's always in a new place. Kennedy admits that, quote, "She was white, she was black, she became a new person as soon as she crossed a border, she was always inventing her life." Through this, we get a glimpse into Kennedy's self-hatred and why she lies about her identity and who she'd rather be. So, will the Vanez family be able to reconcile their past? Will Stella ever go back to Mallard and see her family? Will she ever accept that she's a black woman? Read The Vanishing Half to find out. Thank you.